I speak with the Executive Director of the International Energy Agency, Mr. Fatih Birol. I uncover which energy sources are set to dominate the world in the near future. Welcome back. You're still watching World Insight with me, Tian Wei, coming to you Monday to Friday on CGTN. The global energy system is experiencing a significant transformation, and China is taking global leadership in the clean energy sphere. On the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in the year 2018, I interviewed Fatih Birol, who is the Executive Director of the International Energy Agency, or IEA. He shared his outlook on the global energy situation. Before the interview, take a look at this.
The global energy system is changing. More people are connecting to the grid as living standards improve around the world. Demand for consumer appliances and electric devices are rising. New and innovative transportation technologies, such as electric vehicles and autonomous cars, are also boosting power demand. It is encouraging to see that in recent years, we have witnessed the acceleration of energy research and development in China, springboarding the country into pole position in key technologies such as solar, battery storage, and direct current transmission. However, perhaps the most promising new policy initiative in the world today is the introduction of carbon pricing in China. This will create an efficient market-based incentive for clean energy. A new IEA report has said that China is moving towards becoming a global leader in renewable technology as the U.S. pulls away.
And now I'm joined in the Congress Center of the World Economic Forum by Dr. Birol, who is the Executive Director of the International Energy Agency. Dr. Birol, welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
You're saying hi actually to the audience here in China and around the world.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much.
I want to start by asking you, how do you see the dramatic change of landscape when it comes to energy supply? And certainly very different demand these days.
Yeah. I mean, there are at least three major upheavals in the global energy system which are affecting everybody. And in today's world, no country is an energy island. It affects everybody. What are those three major upheavals? Number one, United States, set to become the undisputed leader of oil and gas markets for many years to come, as a result of shale revolution.
That's right.
Number two, renewable energies, solar and wind, are becoming cheaper and cheaper, and they are becoming, in many countries, including China, the cheapest source of new electricity generation, especially solar. This is the second major change. And the third one is about China. China is changing its economic and therefore energy policies substantially. In the recent Communist Party Congress, President Xi summarized it under the motto, making the skies of China blue again.
That's right.
And this would mean, and the implications, policies we are seeing, China is moving more and more to a clean energy direction, leaving the previous energy policies behind. And this will affect, of course, China, but the entire world, given the sheer size of China.
Right.
So these three upheavals, US, oil and gas, renewable energies themselves becoming cheaper, and China changing its policies will affect all of us.
This is going to totally shake your job, I guess.
Very much so.
You better come up with the new policies and the new ways of dealing with it. Are the players the same anymore when you are talking about the energy landscape?
No, they are changing.
Yes.
Their positions are changing. A couple of examples. United States. Until very recently, U.S. role in the scene, in the theater of energy, was that of an energy importer. It's changing now. U.S. is becoming an energy exporter with all its implications. China. China was the driver until very recently, for example, coal, oil. Of course, China will use still coal and oil, but now China is the number one of renewable energies. China is today number one in solar, number one in wind, number one in hydropower, number one in nuclear energy.
That really means everybody has to be very swift in the way that they are doing right now. They have to be able to have the capability to change all the time.
I think any players in the market today, it can be a government, it can be industry, who is not able to read the game and these changes, as they are huge and very quick, they may well take wrong decisions, which may be very costly.
Right. But spot for shale gas, of course, the cost has been going down when it comes to developing shale gas, but still that is an issue. So what kind of timeline are we talking about here?
Now, United States last year became, for the first time, a net gas exporter. And huge amount of gas in the next 5 years will come from US and Australia. These two countries bring a lot of gas to the markets, and I expect, and we have predicted this 4 or 5 years ago, China is now importing a lot of gas, LNG, mainly to replace coal to clean the air. And as a result of that, we have seen in less than 1 year of time, the LNG prices in the Asia-Pacific change substantially.
So this is calling for the change in politics as well. As we know, geopolitically, earlier it was mainly shaped by energy. At least that is one of the way people look at it. But now, with that brand change, what does it mean for many of the things we're looking at? Let's just say for a few examples. The Middle East.
For Middle East, I think these changes are extremely important. And if I was running a Middle East country, I would take these signals very seriously for two reasons. Given the fact that many Middle East countries' economies are very closely linked to the oil prices and oil revenues, there are two important trends which are challenging and putting this into question. Number one, US is coming as a major oil producer. Number two, renewable energies may be challenging oil, not today maybe, but maybe tomorrow. So therefore, the major Middle East countries need to diversify their economies, broaden the base, if they do not want to face with major surprises.
How fast are they doing it, particularly when this coincides with a lot of dramatic...
Some of them are doing slowly, some of them are not doing at all.
But what about the hotspot countries?
China will be able to, sometime soon, a major nuclear energy technology exporter, because it's cheaper to buy it from China compared to established exporters such as European countries, such as US and other countries.
So what about the hotspot issue that I just mentioned, about the DPRK nuclear issue, the Iran nuclear issue?
These are definitely issues related to nuclear safety. It is in the area of the International Atomic Energy Agency, which I don't want to go into, but these are serious issues. These are beyond to using electricity, nuclear electricity, for electricity generation. It's a different story altogether.
Okay, but it's going to have an impact, a big impact on what you're talking about.
As an energy person, I wish the geopolitical developments wouldn't cast a shadow on energy.
You know it's impossible.
I hope so.
How could you get rid of as much as possible, the impact of geopolitics into your work?
I think there are definitely serious challenges, especially in the Middle East. When we look at the Middle East today, many of the countries are going difficult times, such as Iraq, such as Libya, such as Syria, and some of the countries, the peaceful countries, are also facing challenges.
There are tensions there. Too.
And what I expect, what I hope, is that we have a peaceful 2018, which may be on a bit a naive side, but this is what I still hope to believe.
It's always good to have hope, right?
Thank you.
Even though it's a difficult situation. You talk about China a lot. Dr. Birol, let's talk about China. China is doing this transition, structural reform of its economy, as they say, which is mainly transform its economy from manufacturing, low-level manufacturing, to smart manufacturing, together with development of the environment. But that is a process, and the process takes time. So how do you see this process so far? What speed, efficiency it is going?
Now, first of all, what is important is the Chinese government made a very clear statement what the objective is. What is that objective? To make the skies of China blue again.
Yes.
This is very important.
It's
Especially
different from
for the
making
citizens.
America great
Yes.
again.
This is very important for the citizens of China because of their health, because of their social life, and also for the world, as China is a major country. Now, but it will not happen from one day to another. And we are seeing several positive signals that China is going the right direction.
Yeah.
On the renewable side, on the energy efficiency, electric cars, nuclear power. These are all very good developments, but one shouldn't expect from one day to another. For example, coal. China using huge amount of coal. It will completely disappear from one day to another. It will be a process, but I hope this process will continue strongly and finish as soon as possible, so that China makes a wonderful contribution to its citizens' health,
Right.
to wealth of their economies, and to the global markets.
Yeah. As you may know, the Belt and Road Initiative, an idea originally proposed by China, it's about connectivity, bringing all the partnership, and it's also about making sure the energy would work in all interests. So that's an interesting starting point. How do you see that possibility?
I think when it comes to energy world, all the countries are interconnected.
Yes.
As I said, there is no country which is an energy island today. What happens in China affects Europe, what happens in Europe affects North Africa, etc. So therefore, if we can build bridges between countries in terms of energy, improve the trade, improve the interconnectivity, this is definitely good news for energy markets and also for the energy security.
Yeah, there's another issue going on here. That is, what about technology? What about how our world transportation is changing? People look at energy is changing. The driverless cars and the smart cities, all these are evolving and certainly just have a huge impact on the energy and how it is being consumed. Tell me more about that. Is your profession already out of date?
No, just the opposite, because whatever technology you have, they need energy. But the source of energy, how it is used, will be different than in the past. We are seeing, for example, discussions on coal. It has been said many decades, coal is out of the game. But still today, coal constitutes about 40% of the electricity generation. But we are going to see more and more renewables. It is very clear we will see more solar, we will see more wind, hydropower, and in the streets of the world we will see more electric cars, more and more. And China again plays a leading role here. So technological improvement is on its way, big time, but we will still use a lot of traditional fuels.
All right. Dr. Birol, what a pleasure to see you. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That is all the time we have for today. If you'd like to see more, try to find us World Insight CGTN into your search engine or check out our YouTube channel. Also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Weibo. From me, Tianwei, and everyone on the World Insight team, thanks for watching. Tune in again next time for insights across China and around the world. Good night.